video. Welcome, cave dwellers. As you know, tonight's episode will be all about the 31st Fall Classic. And we got materials and the person who created them with us. So might as well get... What are you doing? We just started.
Trying to get...
I know what you're doing. Say hello to the peoples first.
No. Hi, peoples.
I know. Let's just get this going, shall we? Is that loud? Because I'm going to have to turn that off.
Oh, yeah. Turn that off.
Yeah. We thought the dishwasher would be done. Fall Classic banner in the background, too. But without further ado, once Tony sits down, we will introduce the man of the hour. What up, Sean? How you doing? If you're here, say hello. Join in the chat. Don't be afraid to ask questions and find out about the show. And the club, because it's an amazing club, and we've been part of NEOCC, Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club, 4 years now, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So, are you ready?
No.
Morgan, are you ready? I know you anything you say you can't hear right now, but let's all welcome the NEOCC Prez and First Lady will be joining us, I think, as well later on. But let's get him in. What up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Just dandy.
Perfect.
Wearing orange.
I would expect nothing less of Mr. President than wearing orange. Do you have the orange shoes on? Because then that's over the top.
I don't at the moment, but they're not far away.
Ah, see? Was close. What up, Kevin? How you doing, David? Everyone is saying hello.
I can't see any of that, so look forward to seeing who's live and who's joined us.
There's a button on the corner. It says comments. Can you see it? Top
right got hand. It. That's better.
There you go. So there we go. But yeah, if you have any questions about the show, I know Morgan's going to talk here in a second, but don't be afraid to ask. And if this is going to be your first time, you're in for a doozy.
So if I can just give a quick overview of what the Fall Classic is that okay? Good.
Oh, of course. Yeah. While you're doing that, I'm going to bring up some files for people to see.
So many of you on tonight, live is, either a member or has been to the Fall Classic, but there's a few names that I don't recognize. And, just want to share what the Northeastern Ohio Camaro Club is, who we are, and what the Fall Classic is all about. The Camaro Club celebrated its 30th anniversary last fall, about this time last year, and we proudly raised north of $45,000 for our prime charity, Aluminum Cans for Burned Children. The club's been around, obviously, just a little over 30 years now. It's comprised of a 9-member board of officers and about 380 members with close to 700 Camaros. So we are not small. We are one of the larger Camaro clubs in the Midwest, and very proud to represent the way we do. Absolutely could not do things without our officers and our members that lend helping hands day in and day out. Andy's got the screen there pivoted towards our main club sponsors. These are the folks that allow us to do, a lot of the great things we do as a club, host our main events, host and moderate our website, pay our club insurance. So Charchone Chevrolet, they're based in Randolph, Ohio. They've been our main partner and sponsor for many years. I think the last count, we've had members, purchase new, used, leased vehicles, north of 90 vehicles in, 5 to 6 years, which is pretty incredible. Summit Racing, where we host our events, longtime partner, very, very loyal, very supportive to our organization, our members. Wheelcraft, they're based up in the Menor, Cleveland area. Great partner as well. They're typically on site for our events, and they will be at the Fall Classic, as well as Mongoose Motorsports and Portage Trim. And they will support, restoration, paint, performance needs, and everything in between. So that's our core sponsorships for NEOCC. And then we have an abundance of event partners, which are all over our Fall Classic materials and our website. So more to come there. Fall Classic is an annual event that started, 30 years ago by just a small, group of members that had a passion for Camaros that initiated the club and, had their first, actually at that time, spring and fall Classic. Group of Camaro owners came together for, one common goal of, making friends and having a good time. And it's vastly grown over the years. And, I bring up last year because it was probably the biggest event we've ever had and the most amount of money we've ever raised. We have members represented all over Northeast Ohio, surrounding states, Canada. You don't have to live in Ohio to be a member, and you also don't have to have a Camaro to be a member of NEOCC. We meet 9 months out of the year. Take a few of the winter months off. Fourth Tuesday, at a local banquet center. Come in, have dinner. We typically have, in the winter months, we'll have a sponsor come in and share, prime information about their business and what they do and how they're engaged in the club. We've got a formal outline that we follow, open it up to our officers and members for, feedback and input and proceed from there. We have 4-5 signature events annually. Mustang Camaro Showdown one year, the opposite year it becomes the Camaro Mustang Showdown. Heavily involved in the Camaro Nationals as a co-club sponsor that takes place in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. The Fall Classic, obviously, that we're going to talk a lot about. We do a sunset cruise in the fall at Sarchon Chevrolet to wrap up the year. And in the winter months, we participate in the Cleveland IX Center Piston Power Show, where we have 6 spaces reserved and available each year for members to show their cars. And we are booked for 2026. Back to the Fall Classic. Andy's got, he's kind of flipping through the event program here on the screen. This is available on our website as well. At the top of the comment page, I posted our website there. It's neocc.org/Fall Classic. There are details. There's a Q&A page. All of our sponsors are listed there. You can click on their logos. It takes you right to their website, tells you more about their business and what they do and, how they support the car community. This year's date is, it's a one-day show, Saturday, September 6th. It is at Summit Racing headquarters in Talmadge, Ohio. We take over really the northwest corridor and around the backside of the building. There's ample room for trailer parking, and that's actually our preferred destination for any and all trailers from the time you arrive into the area, either Thursday or Friday, until the time you depart on Sunday. There is security there. It's very well equipped. So that is your safest location to park your trailer for the weekend. We have a kickoff event Friday evening at the Sarchon Auto Gallery. It's an extension of the Chevy dealership that really manages their, high performance vehicles, their exotics. Things you'll see there, roughly 60 to 70 cars at any given point. Maseratis, Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Bentley. Those are the types of vehicles that you're going to see indoors. They've been known to have, C8s, ZL6s, ZL1s, from time to time. I don't know that they have any at the moment in talking with their team today, but definitely a cool place to be. And we're going to be there next Friday night, September 5th, from 4 to 6. We did not book a food truck, just kind of based on the, the high dollar cars inside and the small quarters, but they are having some refreshments on the dessert path and some soft drinks available. There's an abundance of restaurant options, in the immediate area. We're coming back closer to Summit and the hotels. Saturday morning, I'll be on site as of 6:30. We've got a great setup team coming to get things set up for the day. Cars can start to admit around 8 a.m. and the show will run till 4. Just kind of, some highlights throughout the day. It is rain or shine. I get that call and question every year. Trust me, I look at the weather 600 times a month when it's Fall Classic season. Can't change it. It's rain or shine. What's that?
And I said you're absolutely right. And
some years it rains and some years it's beautiful, but nonetheless, we still have a lot of people come out, and folks are in from out of town, and we make it work.
I mean, you get people coming in from all these different states to this show. Is that big?
It is that big. This year, we downloaded registrations earlier this week, and we've got folks from obviously Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, New York, New Jersey, up into Canada in various areas, Virginia, West Virginia. We've got someone registered from Florida. So it's wide open. It gets a lot of attention. Summit does a great job with, supporting us on social media as well, getting the word out. They've got our postcards at their retail location, and, it's a pretty wide audience. On Saturday at the show, there's a variety of food vendors. Starting the day, there's donuts and lattes. They're a local entrepreneur from Kent State University that started this small food truck trailer that offers donuts and gourmet coffees, and they're outstanding. Kurt's Concessions is joining us as well. They're a longtime partner. Breakfast sandwiches, coffee, tea in the morning, and then they'll pivot to items on the grill, French fries, that sort of thing in the afternoon. We've got Dr. Hibachi joining us as well again.
Yes.
With
He's
your
so good.
Steak, chicken, shrimp, and pork options, in a bowl, reasonably priced, and a very generous portion. And lastly, we have Antonio's Pizza joining us as well. With pizza, strombolis, calzones, those types of items. They've got salads. They've got some gluten-free options as well. So those are our food vendors. We've got an enormous basket auction. Cards for purchase are $10 per card. I think there's 26 tickets included in that $10, and over 40 baskets to bid on and potentially go home with. We've got a 50-50 going throughout the day. We've got a DJ just to kind of keep you posted as the day progresses, what's happening. For those that attended last year, judging was set up in the back of the building. This year, we're going to move it back up to the front just to make it more part of the show. Andy's got it put up on the screen there. It's the red box on the screen, and if you blow it up a little bit, it does say judging. So we'll have signage and things available just to get folks in the right direction. We'll be announcing it. Judging is all day. It's going to start at between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. And we're going to push as long as we can, but we are also doing awards at the end of the show on Saturday at approximately 3:30. So we'll gauge, how many cars are getting judged, what the line looks like. And again, we'll take it as long as we can. I'm going to guess we'll close judging around 2:30, just so we can tabulate scores and get those awards out in a timely fashion. All of our awards have been sponsored by, a variety of businesses and members and donors. And this page is those donors that, continue to give each and every year and are very generous with their sponsorships. If you know those folks, you receive an award, reach out and say, hey, I won your award and thanks for sponsoring. I mean, that's a sure way of continued support and appreciation. All of these folks have Facebook pages as well. Shoot them a message, take a photo with you in your car and your award. And, folks love to see that. Additionally, throughout the day, if you're not judging your car, there's ample opportunities to still receive an award. Diane Serena is one of our officers and event coordinators. She's sponsoring the 2 veteran or military awards that will go out on Saturday. We have a local business, Buckeye Residential Solutions, that is there, and they're sponsoring 10 Outstanding Camaro Awards, and those are going out to non-judged cars. They've done that for a variety of years with us. I obviously have a pick of a Camaro that I either want to own or adopt that day that I give out a President's Choice Award. We have longest distance driven, can't be a trailer. It's got to be driven to the show. That goes out every year. And I know I'm probably missing a couple, but we've got a couple in memory of awards. And then we have 6 best in shows that go out to the top score for every generation: 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And there is one for each gen. We've got a photographer on site, Scott Morrison, with the Discovery Photo. He's been with us for years. You know those images are awesome. His photo is right here on the screen, QR code. After the show, you can scan that with your phone and you have access to all of the photos that took place throughout the weekend. You have the ability to contribute to that album as well. It's a Google file. So assuming you're on Google, you can share photos to that drive as well. A lot of questions have been if we're going to have the drone back. I'm 80% sure, but I'm still waiting on final confirmation. We had some pretty awesome drone photos and video last year featuring the event. So we do hope to have him back. I'm just waiting on that final, yes, I will be there. Cost for the show. There was a pre-reservation cost that ran from March through August 8th. And then we updated to day of show pricing because ultimately we had to get our orders in, and kind of gauge what future orders might look like. So our t-shirt orders went in. Those were pretty strong. I actually have, Andy can pull it up, but all of our t-shirts are packaged and bagged with the size. And we've, added a person's name to the front of it as well. So if you pre-ordered a shirt, they'll be available for pickup at the registration tent. And then we have about 60 extras in a variety of sizes for purchase. Costs are listed there on the screen. Cost of the show, if you're displaying your car, simply you're pulling into the show field. You don't want to go through judging. You just really want to show and shine and have a good time. It's a donation of $25, and that goes back to our sole charity. 100% of that goes back. If you do want to judge, it is $45. It is a little pricey, but we're looking at cars that can truly judge and truly compete with one another. That are show cars. They're clean, they're detailed, the undercarriage is clean, the wheels, the barrels are clean. I always respect the daily drivers that show up that sometimes are cleaner than the cars that show up in a trailer. Our judging is, pretty strict. Our judging sheets are available online in the event program, but it is merely show and shine. So, if it looks dirty, if you rub your finger along the bottom of the exhaust or inside the wheel well and dirt comes out, you're gonna lose a few points. But other than that, it's a pretty good time. The judges are friendly. They'll give you feedback. They obviously don't know the scores. We've got an entirely different team tabulating the scores and managing the awards. But other than that, it's a pretty good time.
It's a hard show. Literally, I always called this show like the white glove show because you're going and there's heavy hitters and who they are and they're going to be putting on a show and they're going to be literally cleaning their vehicles for weeks.
Yes. So, we get lots of questions every year from folks that have never judged the car or had the opportunity to judge. And I say the Fall Classic is a great place to start. There's a lot of folks that, are first timers, in the past couple of years, and they've had a blast. Park next to somebody, ask a neighbor, ask a friend, grab me, happy to give you some pointers and details. That's one thing about our show that I'm proud of is folks are friendly. It's a community of enthusiasts that all support each other. I firsthand went to the Camaro Nationals this year and had a flat tire in my brand new 2024 Camaro with 900 miles. And, naturally you don't have much on you when you drive there. So, the amount of people that stepped up and lended a hand and a jack and a, tire iron. I mean, it's just, we have amazing people in the Camaro community that will literally stop what they're doing and lend a hand. Mr. Garcia here brought me a brand new tire from New Jersey to, get installed in my car the next day. So
in the back of my Camaro, it wasn't sitting in the trunk. I'll tell you that.
Not everyone is, quite so willing to do that. But again, it's a great community to be a part of. Couple more things, and then we'll open it up for questions. Saturday after the Fall Classic, we host a catered banquet. We are going back to 1875 Winery that we were at last year by popular demand. It's a great venue. It's in Hartville, Ohio. It's a beautiful setting with an old barn that's been restored, 3 big pavilions overlooking water, and we're having a catered barbecue spread this year with peach and apple cobbler for dessert. I don't know how you can pass that up. with a live auction, charity auction, led by Drake Donovan with Car Show Life. Some of our donors, for the auction are Summit Racing, Scott Settlemeyer, General Motors, Car Show Life, individual business owners, member contributors. But we have approximately 30 items to raffle off this year, and again, 100% of those proceeds go back to charity. You can pay in cash, you can pay in card. We recently adopted Square on our website. We've got the Square reader as well, so transactions are pretty smooth. Club apparel. We've got obviously event wear, but we have a pretty good amount of club apparel, from t-shirts to ladies' V-cut shirts with like a glitter NEOCC across the chest. We've got winter jackets this year. Those are back by demand. They're all black with a left chest embroidered logo. We've got some glasses, license plate frames, window clings, stickers, banners, magnets for your car for parades. All of that is available, and that'll all be up near the registration area. I see Paul Rivard's comment, hopefully ice cream too. If you know me, there's always ice cream. There is an ice cream concession trailer. They have cobbler, they have dumplings, they have hard ice cream, sundaes, milkshakes, all of those items. It's pretty good stuff. So, and I think lastly, I'll conclude. Every year, folks are asking or concerned about security, and rightfully so. Our hotels both have security. One hotel offers it by nature, and the second hotel, I pay for security personally, to make sure that our cars are looked after in the overnight hours. The Hilton Garden Inn, they have 24-hour security option. The Holiday Inn Express is our main host hotel, and we will have an armed police officer there from 11 p to 7 a. So, rest assured that, you're in good hands. I always say, if you see something that doesn't look right, doesn't smell right, say something. There's enough of us around, and, we want to know those things before it's too late. There's car wash stations at both hotels. They'll have designated signs. You can always ask the front desk. They're typically in the back side of the hotel with a couple of buckets and hoses. We'll have signage available as well. And, if there's just something missing, or, there's something you don't know, I always say, go to the website first, click on the event program link. There is information in there in every possible direction, addresses to our destinations, our hotels, our dinner, kind of the grid for the show for the day, the time schedule. It's packed full of information, and it only continues to get better every year based on the feedback that folks give us. And I want to credit Drake Donovan with Car Show Life for developing our, flyers, our materials, our program. I feed the information, and Drake makes it look the way it looks. He does an incredible job. He tolerates my, 900 edits at 1 a.m. in the morning when I have time to look at it, and, makes it very easy for us. So I think that's a pretty good wrap of the classic, and wanted to open it up for questions.
Yeah, and while people are asking questions, I had the opportunity to pull up something just to show people a little idea, because honestly, every time I see this, it's literally the best video you can express about this show. I mean, they did a great job last year. And that's the winery. It was unbelievable. Yeah,
Pretty cool.
We talk about the show all the time. It literally has a piece of everything. Even if you don't want to bring your Camaro, shouldn't stop you from coming. It is really just a great time.
Yeah, that brings up a good point. So if the weather isn't looking the best and you are local, and you don't want to drive your Camaro, that's okay. You've pre-registered, come pick up your packet and spend the day with us. Drive to dinner. Everything. We have the ability to get out of the rain at the dinner option. And obviously, if it's raining at the show site, Summit Racing is, quite a large retail store. And, they always appreciate when we direct folks in there because you don't come out empty-handed. There's amazing things in there to buy. They'll ship for you, parts, pieces, detail products, chairs, umbrellas, jackets, all kinds of good stuff. We will have 2 cars featured on the Summit Racing turntable. Those have kind of yet to be revealed, but they will be up there in time for the show. So okay. I'm going to address the one question from Sean. You're driving in Friday afternoon, 28-foot trailer. You should not park at the hotel. The hotels are going to turn you away because they have just enough room for the cars. All trailer parking is at Summit Racing behind the building. So when you're looking at their front door, just drive all the way to the back. It's the entrance closest to the highway. And I have access to the grounds at about 1 o'clock Friday afternoon back there. And we're going to stanchion off a pretty good section to encase trailer parking. There'll be a tall standing sidewalk sign that says trailer parking here. We'll have cones and caution tape. Granted, at times, sometimes the wind knocks things over and, we do our best to go through there multiple times a day just to make sure things are still where they're supposed to be. But it's a very large area for trailers. You can park overnight, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They have 24-hour security and, peace of mind there. You won't have any issues. You may not see security, but I assure you, they see you.
That is definitely important.
Yes.
And we haven't really talked about that. That's a big deal.
It is. So we ask specifically that you park in the back of the building because you'll see in the yellow areas, the front 3 lots of Summit Racing, that whole side corridor, that northwest side is 100% show parking and judging. So I don't want to, show up at 6:30 in the morning and try and figure out whose trailer from South Carolina is that's parked in the middle of show field. So that's kind of why we put this aerial out. It's in our program. It's going to go live on our site tomorrow on our Facebook page, and we'll push that out there. On our Facebook page as well, we have 2 different NEOCC groups. We have a private group specifically for the club. You don't have to be an official member, but we've kept it private to avoid some of the spammers and folks that are getting on there and trying to sell, fake registrations and sponsorships and that sort of thing. Request to join. One of our 9 officers will get you approved. And, that's our group page. We also have a page dedicated. It says NEOCC Fall Classic. And it's just an ongoing page year over year that has information about the Classic. We feature our sponsors on there pretty routinely. We feature, things about the show. Judging sheets have been on there. The maps will be on there tomorrow, the event program, that sort of thing. That's a page that has constant information about the show. Big 3 Racing that I posted today, they just became a sponsor this year. They have a brand new location on Dragway 42 in West Salem. A great group of guys for performance enhancement, dyno tuning. They service any and all Camaros, so it's not just new models. You have needs. They're definitely a reputable vendor. What else? You can unhook your trailer and leave it back there and drive around in your truck, for pretty much anything. You can bring your truck to Friday, obviously to and from the hotels. Yes. Disconnect back there and you can easily reconnect on Saturday night or Sunday. And my contact information, Sean, is it's out on the website, and Andy can put it in the chat box. Reach out to my cell phone. You have any questions, happy to support. I'm local to Summit Racing, so I can jump up there pretty easily.
Also, too, if you do have any questions that you want to email in, you can always email the club email too, right?
You can. Our club email is, it's very simple. It's neoccinfo@gmail.com. That's on my phone. It comes right to me. I have a variety of officers that have access to that email as well. I always say, I'll always get back to you, but I do work full time during the day. So if I don't see it right away, I'll certainly get back to you at the end of the day. But, phone and text is always the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Perfect. All right, guys, yeah. So if you have any questions, now is the time to ask. It's next weekend, and literally Morgan and his team been working on this since literally last year. Once the show starts, the next show begins, and they're losing sleep over it. So
yeah. A lot of folks have asked too. Last year was a 3-day weekend, and there was a lot involved. It was also our 30th anniversary. We invited back any sponsor that's ever supported us that's still in business. Last year, all of our officers from 1994 present, that are alive and well and still with us, had the opportunity to come last year, and many did. So it was great to see. Non-anniversary this year, we I don't want to say we stepped back, but we consolidated a little bit to a 1-day show. And I'm positive we can still cram everything into a 1-day show and still get, everything done and accomplished. But it's just not as labor intensive as, a full 3-day is on our team. It's been a very busy year. I just said this at our club meeting last night. We appreciate our members. We appreciate our volunteers. It's a lot of work. And everyone does it with grace and class. And we've had a lot of ask for volunteer this year with local Camaro nights, folks wanting to include us for our anniversary, being featured for a variety of Camaro nights locally. We are very active in the Camaro Nationals that takes place every year. We were the top club participating this year. We had over 60 members there, which is impressive. And, in addition to the other clubs that participate, we volunteer our time as well. There's a lot of clubs there. Lehigh Valley is another co-sponsor, Long Island Camaro Club, Susquehanna. They're all co-sponsors to the Nationals. And I'll plug that event. If you've never been, put it on your list for next year. Hotel reservations will be available mid-September. So it's another great event to stop by. What else?
No doubt. No, we do appreciate Morgan being here and going over all this too with us. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, come on, guys, don't throw them in the chat. We're more than happy to answer it. And this is the man with the plan. So
I can't see Andy Antonio. How many folks are on this evening?
There's 22 right now. It's been fluctuating between 20 and 40.
Gotcha. Okay, good deal.
So, but this is going to be live. So if you guys need to rewatch it and go back and decide you guys want to come, is there hotels still available? Can people still book?
Good question. So the hotel blocks, I stretched them as long as I possibly could. They did expire on the 25th, but the Hilton Garden Inn, it's our second hotel, does still have rooms available, but their rates are a little higher than what they were in the block. If you've got points or, have the ability to log in and take a look, they had both private and suites still available as of yesterday. The Holiday Inn is full. It is the host hotel. It tends to be kind of the party hotel in the evening. You typically plan on Friday night. I would say, as soon as it starts to get dark, 8:30, 9 o'clock, assuming it's good weather, you've got a parking lot full of Camaros, people, and, folks willing to share snacks and, a cold one. Hilton, does have small gatherings as well, but I will say if you have the ability to drive east a couple of exits and visit friends at the Holiday Inn, that is the place to be.
Oh, that's awesome, Sean.
Yes, that is good news. Good deal. The Hilton does have, when you walk out the front door of the Hilton, there is Starbucks and Handel's Ice Cream attached in just a small little building and walking distance. So that's always a perk. I know Paul doesn't live far away, but ice cream is always a perk for a lot of our members.
Oh, plus, right outside the Holiday Inn this year, I'm excited because now we don't have to really go far for food. now that they opened up the gas station and what? Oh my God, Sheets.
It can't honestly get any bigger there. It's a big gas station. They got their deli and their made to order food options. They're well equipped. Gas station you can actually access from the entrance to the hotel or off the main road. So pretty easy. It does kind of take away our private setting of the hotel, which is now why I have security coming. Just, so nobody pulling into the gas station at midnight gets a little too curious and, comes back to the cars. But knock on wood, we've never had any major issues there. And I hope that, continues. But just with all the, Camaro nonsense with thefts and such the past few years, we'd rather be proactive.
That's definitely the best. And honestly, I've never been to really shows like that have such high security. And like I said, Morgan pays that out of the club's pocket and his pocket. So definitely we do appreciate it.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say is, just display of horsepower. We know your cars are fast. Mine are fast too. They sound great. I ask that you don't display that horsepower in front of either Summit Racing or the winery. These are folks' businesses. They pay hefty insurance policies to offer, these events. I have to, put together an insurance policy specifically for this event that cost almost $1,200. So for a one-day show. So just be mindful, and keep things in control.
Yeah. No burnouts when you leave, please.
Yeah. Every year it happens. And typically we know who that individual is and they don't come back. So, and that's not my policy, but I have to enforce it. So just, be mindful and have a good time.
Is the missus around?
The missus is at the dining room table putting registration packets together, but Jess, she's coming.
There's the first lady. Because I know the first lady is going to be taking care of the judging.
Yes.
So anybody who has questions for judging, definitely. Hello, dear.
Hello.
So Jess says we've downloaded all of our reservations. We're at about 175 so far. And those are slowly getting downloaded one by one. At registration, there'll be manila folders for each guest and really kind of a checks and balances label on the front. If you ordered a t-shirt, if you ordered dinner tickets, if you have club apparel that you've previously ordered waiting to pick up, that's all communicated on one label per folder. So, when you arrive to the show, you get parked, you walk right up to registration. There's signs in every direction. You can't miss it. And one of our fine folks at registration will check you in. Get your stuff, and then you're pretty wide open, throughout the day. You can judge when you want, you can eat when you want, you can take a trip through Summit Racing, and we will have some of our sponsors set up and on display at the show as well.
Yeah, this has to be one of the only shows where you can actually get the judging sheet beforehand, so you know what to improve on going forward.
Correct. Yep, so, it's available. Classification. A lot of folks are asking, do I get classified before I get there? How do I know what class I'm in? Our judging team will classify you when you arrive. Our classes are pretty standard: stock, street, modified, special production. So stock is obviously, how it came from the factory. There is no modifications to any degree. If you tint your windows, you're no longer in a stock class. If you tint your wheels, black chrome, and they didn't come that way, no longer in a stock class, just as a couple of examples. A street class is 7 modifications or less. Modified is 7 modifications or more. And the modifications we're referencing are, you altered your exhaust, you put different wheels, you tinted your windows, you have a cold air intake, a supercharger on your car, your car's wrapped. You've swapped out, halo headlights that were factory on the car, and there's a different set of color changing headlights now. Those are some modifications that we really look at. So more than 7 we'll put you into a modified class. Special production, this has been a class on and off over the years. It is sponsored by the Camaro Cave this year. It's coming back. And special production cars are Tom Henry Racing, Callaway, Hennessy, your Panthers, Hot Wheels, Exorcist, those types of Camaros, will be put into the special production class. Now you have the option, say you own a Hot Wheels Camaro and you want to go into the stock class because you feel as though you have a better chance in that class. That's your choice. Let our classification person know and he'll, happy to put you there. Our judging lanes are typically 3 wide. And once you're classified, our classifier will, give you which lane to go into. The lanes don't necessarily mean stock, street, and modified. The lanes are assigned to a judging team that consistently judge those same cars and those years of cars through the entire day. So their scores are reflective of that generation or 2 generations, perhaps, throughout the entire show. The judge doesn't bounce from, 1st gen to 6th gen, street and stock. They're consistent with what they're judging from start to finish. If there's a question, a concern, obviously we'll pull a few in, but they tend to be consistent throughout the day.
Yeah. No, good point, because people say that all the time.
If there's a tie, Jess brings up a good point. Every year we have a couple of ties, and they're contingent on best in show, top awards. We send out our main head judge to get involved and really kind of help break that tie if we can, and if we can't, we have tied awards. If it happens to be a best in show, we have 6 of those. They're expensive and they're done. But if we have a tie in best in show, we'll order an additional best in show. We just ask for a couple of weeks turnaround to make that happen. We also provide you a copy of judging sheets and classification sheets after the show. Keep in mind, I have to scan those in one by one, and every car gets 2 sheets plus a classification sheet. So it takes me a minute to, get those scanned in and organized so I can send them out. Kevin brings up a good point. Kevin's our club treasurer that does a fabulous job. If you registered for display and you decide you want to get judged, you can upgrade at the show. But let's do that when you get there. So you have ample time throughout the day so we can get your name on some judging sheets, notify the judging team, and get everything you need so you can judge. We have bonus points available. There's 3 bonus points. They've been the same for 30 years. Fire extinguisher, first aid kit, toolkit. Toolkit can be very small. First aid kit can be just a little dollar pack from the convenience store, and a fire extinguisher. If you don't have one, your neighbor probably does. So you can certainly phone a friend. Kevin does have a sweet ZL1. I agree with that statement.
100%. And don't be scared. Like, if this is your first time judging, it's okay. Like, it's all a learning process. We weren't great when we first started. Like,
no, you weren't.
Ask questions. What was that look for?
I remember those judging sheets.
We all learn, and
we do.
You got to start somewhere. The best point is just get out there and try.
100%.
All of our judges are very, very nice, and they'll give feedback right then and there if they see something that's really outstanding, to help you improve.
These aren't people like this is their first time judging either. Like they've been doing it.
Yeah, we have the same team. What we're going on at least the 3rd year.
I've been president since 2010, and I've had the same team since 2010. We'll have one or 2 fluctuate here and there for family weddings and funerals and that sort of thing. But ideally, the core is there. Jeff Miller has classified our show as long as I've been a member. Matt Freilich has been the head judge since 2010. And, I appreciate that. I appreciate their time. Jeff Miller is working in Seattle, Washington, and has been for the last year. He comes home for the Fall Classic, judges the show, works the show, and flies back to Seattle. That's dedication.
Oh, 100%. Even the people that just come in and fly in or drive in that don't have the cars, like they're coming to enjoy everyone else's company because they joined this community years ago.
Yes. We've had some questions as well. I just got a text about it. Is the Bowtie Garage going to be open for public viewing? That is the plan. Yes, I would say Friday night would be probably appropriate after the kickoff event and dinner. We're 5 minutes away from the host hotel, Holiday Inn, 15 minutes away from the Hilton. So I'm sure we can make that possible. So we've got plenty of lawn parking, and my neighbor next door does have extra lawn parking that is encouraged as well. So.
But yeah, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, and we do appreciate Morgan and Jess being with us and going over the show. And hey, every little bit helps to get the word out. The show gets bigger and bigger every year, and it wouldn't be what it is today without them. So definitely, we appreciate them and the club doing what they do. Any other questions for the president and the first lady? You love the first lady title. I know you do.
Yes. She wears it well.
I do a good job at standing behind him and looking pretty. That's it.
Well, she hasn't said much tonight, so I guess she's doing
little more than that. Yeah, Jess is very much behind the scenes and manages all the chaos with a smile. So anyone on the line that maybe doesn't know us so well, we both work in healthcare. We both travel. Quite often for business, and we work on Camaro stuff with our team evenings, weekends, and when we can fit it in. So it's again, it's not one person; it's a community. And our officers, I don't know who all is on this evening, but I thank you for your hard work because it's not an easy job, and I know it takes a lot of time away from your family, and we appreciate it very much. So I'm going to jump out. We've got lots to do in the next week or so. So yes, she does have a tiara. So that is true, Corbin. Very true.
For sure.
So, well, hey, 48 minutes in, you know where to find me. Andy will publish my cell phone information. Jump on the website. If you're not following our Fall Classic page on Facebook, please do so. That's where you get all the latest and greatest updates and access to our sponsors. And look forward to seeing you next week. Just kind of a, Friday, I'm running around Friday picking up auction items and, all of our final orders. I'll be over at Summit to set up trailer parking around 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've got to get some of their associate cars, moved and out of the way. And for the record, Mr. Garcia, 31st is not a word.
I know, but it just looked cool. I just left it.
You say so. And then I'll be headed down to our kickoff event. So we'll see you at the Sarshon Gallery at 4 o'clock. It is a little heavier traffic at that time of day in that area. So, it's a 3 or 4 lane highway. Traffic flows fairly well. So just, be safe and, don't be impatient. Everybody will get there. There's room for all. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you all. And look forward to seeing you soon.
We appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us.
Alrighty. Have a good night.
Next week. Well, guys, that was that. That's a lot. Hi, Tonya. Good to see you. I'm glad you had so much input today. You were behind the scenes working hard.
Whatever. I'm always behind you working hard, babe.
Someone's got to be, babe. Just saying.
Somebody has to pick up after you.
I know. It's going to be a great show. Yep, 100%. Good people, a great community, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Hell, people like us, I mean, we're driving 6 hours each way to get there. And to answer your question, Sean, I saw it in the beginning. We are bringing only one car this year. Yeah, last year we brought 3. It was the big show. This year we're bringing tribute. So our blue SS will be there. Yes, you can give it to us on Friday.
Auction items.
Oh, yes, auction items. If you have any auction items, definitely give them on Friday. If you forget, we're all there. Get a hold of one of us, and we'll get it there. Today is Bridget's birthday. Woo-woo!
Happy birthday!
Where's the balloons? Where's the balloons?
No balloons?
No, it doesn't.
No?
It doesn't like us anymore.
Oh, because we're on that other thing.
No, it should still work.
There they are.
Happy birthday! And first of
Yay,
all,
Bridget.
Bridget's birthday. And we gotta send a card. You're falling behind.
I don't know their birthdays.
Get on this, would you?
It's not like we have a membership roster or something.
You know what? We forgot. It's someone else's birthday today. But let me find a picture first before we just say it's a birthday. It's someone else's birthday today. Yeah. So what do you think of the Fall Classic? Because was last year your first year going?
Me?
No, the Easter Bunny behind you.
Last year was not my first year going? What kind of stupid question is that? You took me.
I know. A couple times.
How many years have we been together?
Too long. Just kidding.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's always a blast, guys. Always a blast for sure. Yeah, but I mean, you've been going in the last couple of years, but you know what? You can't. This is our favorite show. I don't want to speak for you, but I think this is our favorite show that we go to every year. It's my favorite show that we go to every year.
Yeah, I like it real well.
Real well. Do you like it real well?
Yeah, I like it real well.
You like it real well.
I like it real good on the 31st.
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 You know what? I was doing a lot there.
Okay. Except for English. It's all right, baby. I would say you do numbers well, but that was a number, so I don't know.
This woman. What are we gonna do with this woman? I'm just gonna throw it up. So
David already threw it out.
See, he's being us to the punch while I'm looking for a photograph. It's okay. We'll just throw it up. Let's give a big happy birthday to Mr. Atom Barry, the lead Camaro designer. So happy birthday, Mr. Barry. And we appreciate all your work.
Hopefully you'll get to do more work.
Yeah. Let's hope you can get on Team Camaro again for the 7th generation. That would be nice. As long as it's not an EV. Is Scott going to be there? Yes, Scott will be there.
Mm-hmm.
He is registered. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate you staying on. Yeah, so that is definitely. What time Friday will you be on your way or could possibly travel together? We're getting there early. We will be there Thursday.
We will.
Thursday night.
We're leaving Thursday night.
Yeah. So we'll be there Friday morning. We try to get there at least really super early to help out. And we are doing, like Morgan said, we are doing 2 classes of trophies from the Camaro Cave. So we have 2 trophies we'll be giving out this year. So yeah, get in there, get judged so we can give you a trophy. Obviously, we're not choosing trophies, but
let me just
we're
clarify.
sponsoring the trophies. So we appreciate it.
He's not giving anything out.
Except my time. Oh my God. Can't get it back. I remember that Adam's birthday was the same as mine. That is so cool, Bridget.
That's pretty cool.
Scott would not miss it for the world. He will be there probably forever. In spirit too. Right? Sorry we couldn't drive with you, man. But we'll see you right in like Friday at the first event. We'll be helping set up. But yeah, that's the Fall Classic, guys. So any other questions, definitely let us know. We'll stay on here for a couple more minutes. We're almost at the hour, and actually, no, Morgan stayed longer than he thought.
Mhm.
He's a stickler for time, so he's like, "We're gonna do a half hour. It's only a half hour." I'm like, you haven't been on my show.
He had a lot to say.
He did have a lot to say, and we're thankful for it because people want to learn. People want to know ahead of time so that they can make the best informed decision for them and their family. What? So, Fall Classic, y'all. If you're not registered, you can still get registered. And you have to do it when you get there. But, yeah, I'm still on too. If any questions, see, Jess is here. She's always here. First lady didn't go nowhere. Boop, boop. I know. Morgan was like, oh, wow, you even got one hanging up. Look at that. I came prepared this time.
With our bat.
The new bat to the cave.
The new bat to the cave. He's really cool.
His arms will stay whichever way you put them, which is kind of
Yeah,
cool.
they have like a bunch of joints. Like the kind that move, not the kind you smoke. Clarification.
Well point. Neil, I had my wheels powder coated. Ooh, I'm excited to see that. They look so nice. Burnout party at Jess's. Oh, uh-oh. Not at the Bowtie garage.
No. Definitely not the next door neighbor's yard either.
No.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. She's got jokes. Ooh. You know what? We're excited to see. If you want, you could even send us a picture at our email. Yeah, any questions, guys? I'll post them here. Send us pictures. You guys know the email by now, thecamaroCave@gmail.com. It's super easy. You can send us an email if you have any questions or need to get a hold of the NEOCC Fall President or First Lady as well. Definitely let us know, and we can pass along. Especially not the neighbors. We'll pass along the information. Drop us an email, send us links, send us anything, send us pictures of your car. We'll share them here on the cave. You know us. Tonia's making tea because it's getting to be that time. Any cave next Wednesday? Yeah. Yeah.
We don't leave until Thursday.
Yeah, we'll be here. We don't leave until Thursday. So we'll be doing a little review of what we just talked about. Of course. So if you have any questions and you want to get them answered next week, we can certainly do that for you as well. And obviously there's still a lot to talk about, but we'll save that to the next episode because Camaro news and obviously Chevrolet news. And yes, there'll be cave next week, and car news is getting crazy. Car sales are up, by the way. So anyone telling you otherwise needs to rethink things. Tariffs are not affecting car sales either, by the way. So there's that. Things are selling pretty well, and who knows? Maybe interest rates will go down next month. So things will probably pop off even further. But yeah, be safe all. I'll wait for Tony to come back and we'll conclude the cave here. But thanks for joining tonight. We couldn't be here without you. So, but on the bottom of me and Tonia's heart, thank you for being a cave dweller and coming along the journey with us here in the Camaro Cave. And if you haven't seen our videos, we posted a whole bunch of new videos. Go check them out.
We went to Cracker Barrel.
We did go to Cracker Barrel. Go check that one out. That was fun.
Or as I like to call it, House of 1,000 Deaths.
And it's remaining the House of 1,000 Deaths because the people spoke.
Yay!
We'll be posting a bunch of pics. Yeah, I did just get a 26 Corvette at my dealership. Post interior pics. I posted them on the link, but I will post them again. Yeah. Be safe. Have a good night, y'all. And we appreciate each and every one of you here on the cave. If you're a member, we family. Hey, did you see all the post stuff for Halloween? She's already decorating, okay? It's happening. It's not even September yet. She's decorating for Halloween. Paul W. I've been dealing with a relative down from cancer. Yes. Prayers to everyone out there that are dealing with some heavy things right now, and condolences to our great friend Chris and Suzanne. Chris lost his brother this past week, twin brother this past week. So rest in peace and prayers always. And we look forward to seeing and talking to you guys next Wednesday night. We'll be dropping some more videos this week as well. And we'll see you next week in Ohio. Drive safe. Keep the faith, because Camaro is not done yet.
Click it.
Click it or ticket. We'll see you on the next one. Love y'all.